Hi, this is Brian. Welcome back to another Areté plus one degree, a micro chapter from our new book, Areté, Activate Your Heroic Potential. 451 ideas in here. Here's one of my favorites from Objective 3, which is on optimizing the big three, your energy, your work, and your love. Here is the first chapter in that objective, the big three, an origin story, Covey, Robbins, and Freud. Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People was literally the very first self-development book I ever read. Quick story. It's the summer of 1995. I'm a 21-year-old student at UCLA, studying psychology with a minor in business. At the time, there was no such thing as positive psychology. I thought about getting my PhD, but I couldn't see how I'd study what I wanted to study. Then one day, I found myself behind a one-way mirror tracking the behavior of some kids. I was sitting next to the husband of the PhD student for whom I was working. Now, this guy worked for the old Arthur Andersen. We hit it off. Long story a little shorter. They wound up recruiting me to join them and sent me off to a global leadership event at their corporate headquarters. And that's where I was introduced to Covey and the idea that we could, with wisdom and effort, deliberately change our lives. Now, as a first-generation college student with hardworking but very conservative Catholic parents, this was a revelation to me. And my life changed that weekend. I could see that I had a lot more power than I used to think. Now, I didn't know what I would do with that awareness yet, but simply knowing that we could deliberately strive to become the best version of ourselves in service to the world was an insight that profoundly influenced my life. Now, one of the things Covey taught was that we each have roles in our lives and that we'd be wise to get clear on the goals we have for each of those roles and then architect our lives around them. He captured this idea in the phrase roles and goals. I loved that idea. Only, at least for me, I found that it was really easy to get really overwhelmed by all the roles I play. These days, I'm a father and a husband and a philosopher and a CEO and a friend and a teacher and an athlete. And where do I begin? And where does it end? And what should I prioritize? And fast forward a few years, it's now 1999. I can still vividly remember driving a U-Haul from the East Coast to Los Angeles while listening to Tony Robbins' Personal Power 2 CDs after winning the business plan competition at UCLA's Anderson School of Management and getting ready to raise $5 million in the midst of the dot-com boom of the late 90s. Tony had a similar framework to Covey. Rather than roles and goals, he called them categories of improvement. I diligently tried to master each of the categories of my life, but again, quickly found myself overwhelmed. There were so many areas of my life I wanted to dial in. They were basically near infinite. Fast forward another decade and a half, and I've dedicated my life to studying and teaching these ideas. I encounter Sigmund Freud's quip that a good life is essentially all about 2 things, work and love. Now, a choir of angels sang at precisely that moment, work and love. Yeah, that's it. Only if we have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning because of poor lifestyle choices, we're going to have a really hard time giving our best to our work or to our love. Therefore, we need to start with energy and then focus on work and love, and voila, we have our big 3. Energy, work, and love. Get those right, and we're at least 80% there. That's part 1 of the big 3 origin story. I hope you enjoyed that Areté plus 1 degree from my new book, Areté, Activate Your Heroic Potential. The book will be shipped on November 14th. Right before Black Friday, in time to make it the perfect holiday gift, perhaps. I wanted to let you know that we have some special giveaways if you think you might like to pre-order the book, and even more goodies if you think you might want to give the book away this holiday season. Here's the deal. Pre-order 1 copy and get a free advanced reader copy of the ebook today. Pre-order 3 copies and get a free advanced copy of the ebook and the audiobook and a limited edition Areté coin that we'll send to you. Pre-order 10 copies of the book bless you, and get all of that plus an autographed, advanced, hardcover reader copy sent to you immediately inside the fancy Areté VIP box, which is packed with other goodies, including this Areté t-shirt, a heroic t-shirt, and 10 free annual heroic memberships for your gift recipients. You'll be able to give them a book and a year's worth of heroic for free. If you pre-order 25 copies, you'll get all that, plus a free ticket to our launch event party in Austin, November 10th through 12th, and you'll get a personal voice memo, thank you, and a high five from me. If you're feeling inspired to order over 50 copies of the book, we've been blessed to have a lot of CEOs and corporations do that. We'll give you a huge discount. Just let us know. All of this you can learn more about at heroic.us/book. Heroic.us/book. Of course, you can order the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, independent bookstores. We'll be everywhere you can buy a book, Hudson's, airport, stores, etc. And let us know, of course, when you've done that and purchased a copy, or 3, or 10, or more if you feel inspired to do so at heroic.us/book. I appreciate you, and I hope you love the book. I'm super excited about it, super proud of it, and I hope it helps you and your families transform your lives.